Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now in this video I am going to tell you how the EV market is going to take shape, and are we going to see evolution in the EV market, and if yes, what are the changes that we are going to see, and what cost we are going to see these changes at. Now in this video, let me just start off with the disclaimers. Anything that I tell you or show in the video is just for knowledge purposes. Please don't take any of these as their investment advices. Why people are hesitating to buy say fuel vehicles nowadays? The answer is really simple. The petrol costs have really gone up and the diesel costs have really gone up, and it's very tough to manage in a city like say metropolitan city like Bangalore, Delhi and etc., because the traffic here is very high and the mileage that the vehicle is really giving is very low. So people are really frustrated, and going say in a public transport is tough for people because it's going to take a lot of time. I personally don't travel in public transport because see it's really tiring and it takes up a lot of time and it really drains me out. So there are a lot of reasons that people really don't want to go in public transport, and that's the reason they really choose to be in a car or say in a bike or their private transport. But what really is happening is the prices of fuel is really going high, and that is the reason why electric cars are already starting to evolve our automobile market. I really think that electric cars are the future, yes, but I really think that this is going to happen really slow. Now, why do you think that it's going to happen really slow? See, firstly, our Indian markets or our country is a very price sensible market. In a price sensible market like India, on an average, just like I told you in the last video, McKinsey has done a study which says that on an average, an electric car is around $12,000 costlier than a normal IC engine car or a petrol car or a diesel car. So what it really means is prices are really going up, and people who are say somewhat on the average or say higher average financial status are the people who are preferring EV cars. So what are the disadvantages that comes with the electric cars is firstly their higher price, nextly their limitation with distance. There is a lot of issues with distance that they can travel. They are improving going on by time, but it's still say somewhat really limited as of now. Say 100 to 200 kilometers is what they really offer from low end to higher end cars. But say if you go on a trip or say a long drive, it's going to be really tough, and you don't have the infrastructure that really somewhat supports it. The infrastructure that is really needed to charge your car or say it is not really available in India. It's coming up, but it's going to take a lot of time, because see that itself will take a lot of money, or say it will that itself will take a lot of investment, and it's really going to be really tough for the companies to do it by themselves. They'll need a lot of help by from the government side, and that is how something like this can really come up. Infrastructure in the sense I'm talking about the charging stations here especially. Electric cars can just cost you around 1 rupee per kilometer, but what really happens with electric car is the battery replacement charge, or say when the battery is drained out and you have to change batteries, that is when it is going to be a really a bad headache for people, because batteries are very expensive and it costs you around say lakhs of rupees together, and it's going to be really tough for people to buy batteries at once, especially in our country, because people in our country buy cars mostly out of loans, and if there are not say subsidies, or if there are not say very well planned business strategies how they are going to sell their say batteries or their cars, it's going to be really tough for people to or the companies to sell batteries and cars to their customers. Is really what I think. They might buy it initially, but after that they'll get really sick and they'll move on to petrol cars, is what I really think, if they are not cheap enough. Because high investment just for a battery at one shot is going to be really tough for a country like us or a normal average Indian like us. Now let's move on to the battery point of the story. Now let's understand that for an electric car to run, battery is the most important thing over here. Now to make batteries, what are the batteries made up of? The batteries are literally made up of say lithium. Now where does lithium basically coming from? Bolivia has the most amount of lithium reserves in the world, and there are say at least 2 to 3 countries that provide lithium basically. Now what you can see over here is China and Australia consist of around say 60% of lithium reserves to the whole world, is what I am saying. Others are somewhat say 9%, 7%, 3% respectively. Here you can see the chart. Now what this really says is lithium is very concentrated say in particular countries or in particular continents. Now this is going to be somewhat say tricky because you are going to have to export a lot of lithium, and it's going to be really expensive for other countries to buy lithium or say export lithium. Now a study really says that Bolivia is home to 21 million tons of 89 million tons of lithium that is really present in the world. So that is almost say around at least 25%. Now what it is told that the reserves that Bolivia itself has of lithium, it literally can't make enough batteries for only single country like India. So the whole issue here is, even if you want to convert all of the vehicles into electric cars, it's really impossible to really do it. So the real issue is here is, even if you want to convert your most of your vehicles into electric car, it's really impossible because you literally don't have results of lithium. Let me talk about what are the possibilities that are going to be of India and how cheaply can they do it with the electric batteries, or what is the cost cutting they can do with the electric batteries. Now what really happened was, in the past month I had literally put a post of saying that Zimbabwean gold mines are giving away their permission to dig up lithium, or say the reserves of lithium, they are giving it away to the Indian mining companies. And why did this really happen? Because they could literally not pay the debt that they had taken from us, so they gave us the access of their lithium mines. So what this really can happen over here is, taking lithium from Zimbabwe, that is where somewhat the production cost of electric cars might somewhere come down. I really don't think so it's going to go very low, but what it can somewhat make a difference is what I'm really saying, just to promote a bit of say electric cars in our country, is what I'm really saying here. What I really want to conclude saying is, see, if our government wants our people to use electric cars and they have to promote it, what they'll have to do is they'll have to start up giving more subsidies, and they'll have to give more and more cost cutting, and they'll have to give vehicles at a more cheapest price so that people can really buy. That is where the promotion of say electric cars can really be done. Or it's going to be really tough for its prices, and or it is going to be really tough for a price sensitive country like India to adopt EV very soon. So okay everyone, see you. We'll catch up in the next video. Bye bye.